Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This is another cook along video. I'm so excited. Honestly, the last one went down so much better than I expected. Like, so many of you were making the lasagna. Like, honestly, it blew my mind how many of you made it and like still are making it. Hopefully this will be a similar one. So I will have put it in the title already, but today we are going to be making a cottage pie. I'm so excited for this one. I've never made a cottage pie. I also haven't had one in about, I'd probably go as far as say like 10 years. So I might try it and I might think it tastes like cottage pie and someone else might try it and be like, no hun. Anyway, I'm super excited. It's November now, it's winter, like it's happening. I feel like we're creeping closer to Christmas as the days go on and I just can't wait, if you can't tell. I'm not gonna make this introduction too long. Just, you know, the usual. If you do like the video, please give it a like and a subscribe. Honestly, like any view, any like, subscribe just means the world. This channel brings me so much joy. These videos bring me so much joy. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm just gonna jump straight into the kitchen. You can see my like little tripod setup is ready, raring to go, and I'm clearly very excited because I'm talking at a million miles an hour. So yeah, let's do it. Let's jump into it and make a cottage pie. I feel like I'm literally dressed like Mrs. Claus today. I'm just gonna get more and more festive as the videos go on. Like, next one I'll have a beard, then I'll have long grey hair, then we'll have the belly when it's in December and I've been eating way too many mince pies. So anyway, for this cottage pie, we are gonna be using turkey mince. I know traditionally beef mince is used, but we're just gonna do the same thing we did with the lasagna and swap it out for turkey mince just because it's a leaner meat, lower in calories, and it just keeps calories of the whole meal a little bit lower. So first thing, we're gonna prep the veg. So we're gonna go dice up the red onion first. Also, on the back of my last cooking video, guys, I actually found a culinary school like nearby in like Wilmslow, you know, Manchester. It's about 25 minutes away from where I am, and they do like chopping lessons. How exciting. So I'm thinking of booking myself onto one of those. They are quite expensive. It's like £70 to learn how to chop. Maybe I'll try a YouTube tutorial first, and then if all else fails, I'll jump in. The cooking school anyway looks so cool. Like, I found it and they do sushi classes, like Thai classes, like all different types of cuisines. Like, my cooking is self-taught. All the kind of the stuff I do now is just off my own back, like recipes I come up with and I make. So I think it would be really interesting to see how my skills and like recipes can develop if I actually went and got some lessons and like a little bit of training. I think it'd be really interesting, and if it adds to the content, then even better. Honestly, I know I mentioned this earlier, but how is it November? I don't understand where the time is going. I feel like, oh, my eyes are going. I just feel like there's not enough hours. Oh my god. Whew. They didn't even get to me last time. Oh, there's real tears. 24 hours is just not enough at the moment. I need like 27, 28, something like that would be perfect. So that is all the onion diced up, and now we're gonna grab the 2 carrots that we have and we're gonna peel and dice those as well. I've never actually diced a carrot before, so this will be interesting. I'm not exactly sure the best way to go about it. They need to stand over there for a second. First things first, I'm just gonna peel these. Actually, do you know what was really sweet? On the back of my last video, one of my lovely viewers and lovely followers actually messaged me a video of like a really good way to chop an onion. It was so handy, and I love that. And I love like, sometimes when you guys like message me like things that you'll know I really like products that you see in store, or like snacks, or like recipe ideas that you're like, oh, like, if you could try this, like it would be amazing. I'm sure you'd be able to do a really good version. Like, honestly, it's so sweet. One of my lovely followers actually messaged me and asked me to make breakfast biscuits, which I did actually make this morning. Hopefully you can see them. These are cinnamon and raisin breakfast biscuits. They are 140 calories and 10 grams of protein each one. A little bit of like self-promo here, but I'm so proud of how they turned out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like they're obviously not a normal biscuit. They are a protein biscuit, so they do, actually I'm not gonna say they taste like protein because they don't, but obviously they're not a very indulgent ginger nut biscuit or anything like that. But I think as far as protein biscuits go that are homemade, I'm really proud of them, and they were so easy to make. So I will be popping that recipe up as well. I feel like sometimes I actually drown in recipes. Like, I come up with so many things that my page like can't keep up with them a lot. So I have obviously just peeled these. I'm just going to start to dice them now. Okay. I can see it on there. I'm just going to grab a smaller knife because I feel like that huge one is just going to be a bit chaotic. These sleeves are going to annoy me, I can tell. So I'm just going to start by top and tailing the carrot first. I'm talking this through because I have no idea how to dice a carrot. I think I'm just going to do it like into, like you chop a cucumber for a salad. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. Perfect. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I have so many recipes on the go that like my page almost can't keep up. Like I used to. If you are an OG follower, you will know that I did used to post twice a day. Just quickly, I'm going to pop these in with the onion because we're going to chuck them in the pan at the same time, so it doesn't matter if they get mixed up. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I am slightly drowning in recipes because I just come up with so much stuff, and like I will like sometimes like spontaneously come up with stuff. So my Instagram drafts are quite recipe heavy at the moment, but I recently have kind of like felt a bit like my content, I know the main thing I do is food and I love that, but I kind of felt like I was getting lost in my page and it wasn't very me and it was just food, and it did make me a little bit sad because I just was like, this is like a page that I created because I love tracking my progress through it and I love like keeping myself accountable with it. And obviously, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love cooking and recipes, but I never want it to be 100% cooking and just recipes. I always wanted to have a nice balance of being me and not just food, if that sounds silly, I'm sorry. But the recipes will never stop coming, don't worry. I have always vowed that no matter what, I will at least have a gazillion recipes on my page. Also, just as speaking about like Christmas and things like that, like I feel like the closer we get towards like the end of the year, the more like reflection I'm doing like on this year, and I don't feel like I've ever been like that reflective in the past. Like I feel like I've kind of always been really happy for the year to end and like look forward to the next year, but genuinely I'm so sad that this year is coming to an end because this year I've like found my feet with content and I've found what I love doing, and next year I'm like, right, it's gonna be time to like take it to the next level, see what we can do. I don't want to say a recipe book. Honestly, I dream of coming out with a recipe book, but who knows, maybe that will come next year, hopefully. So that is the carrots and onions, or diced up, quartered up, whatever you want to call it. I will give you a close-up just so you can see. That's them all in there. And now I'm just gonna finally chop up some cloves of garlic and just put them in there because we'll fry them all off together as well. And I am gonna grab my garlic crusher that I love using for this. So I think for this recipe, I'm gonna be putting in 4 large cloves of garlic. I feel like that will do it, that will be perfect for it. So I've just realized I completely forgot to mention, this is obviously going to be a cottage pie. However, it's actually gonna be a cheesy cottage pie. So I'm gonna be adding cheese to the mash like layer of it, just to make it a little bit different. I know some people do that anyway, but I'm actually gonna be adding the lean cheese that I used for the lasagna. So it is gonna be making it even higher in protein, which is amazing. These garlic cloves are huge. Wow, absolutely love this. I just feel like it just makes life so much easier when it comes to chopping garlic. My mum was actually asking me what I wanted for Christmas the other day, and I was like, oh, maybe some nice pans, like maybe some nice like knives, like maybe a nice knife set. And I was like, who have I become? Who's this person? I'm just gonna chuck the garlic in with the veg, and we are now going to fry that off. So first thing to do is just add some fry light into your pan while it preheats. So now that my pan is preheated, I'm just gonna add in all of those veggies, and literally we're just gonna keep stirring them until they soften. So especially the carrot, you do not want that to be hard. Obviously, like the base layer of a cottage pie is quite soft with the mint and tin tomatoes and other veg. So just keep stirring and keep going until they do soften up. I feel like wearing this jumper and cooking is just not gonna work out well for me, but I hope you're all proud that I actually managed to get dressed for this video. I honestly, when I realised that I had my bodysuit on back to front for the whole last video, I was like, oh. I have already eaten one of these already today, but they're really good, so I tracked 3 in. I'm actually going to be eating the cottage pie twice as well, so I'm literally eating biscuits and cottage pie today. So if you follow me, sorry, I've still got a bit of that. If you do follow me on Instagram, then you probably would have seen today, because it's Wednesday today, it's my check-in day, My calories are now up to 2,000. Like, I'm in the 2,000 club, people. I'm so excited about it. Like, obviously I have days where I'm a bit like, am I making the progress I want to make, like blah blah blah. I think the process of growing muscle just is a bit of a mental game. I mean, to be honest, anything with like, whether it's weight loss or whether it's weight gain, I think it does come half and half with like a mental challenge as well. I just said to Georgie, like, how do I know I'm growing muscle? Like, how do I know I'm not gonna cut down next year and look exactly the same as I did this summer, and I would have done all this and increased my calories to this and worked really hard for nothing? And she was like, Holly, that's just literally what everybody thinks. Like, it's completely normal to feel like that. So it made me feel a lot better. So I'm just like pushing that out of my head. I'm pushing on with 2,000 calories. So the carrots and onions are now soft, so I'm going to go ahead and add in 600 grams of the turkey mince. Don't know why I'm stood so far back. I feel like you can't see me up here, but I'm going to add in 600 grams of the turkey mince and then brown that off in the pan. In that pan. That one right there. Now that's in the pan, we're just going to stir it until it's completely browned off and mixed in with the carrots and the onions and the garlic. So now that our turkey mince is browned off, I'm going to go in with some mixed herbs and be quite generous with that. It is a big dish, so it does need a lot of seasoning. Then I'm going to go in with some pepper. Again, be generous with that. Like, it needs to be tasty and well seasoned, so don't hold back. And then, of course, I'm going to go in with some salt. I always use these like Cornish Salt Company ones. I think I just love it because I'm like... And now that's got all the seasoning in there, just give that a mix through. So at this point, what you want to do is whack the heat down to about like halfway, and we're going to add in 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. Right, I've done exactly what I did last time. I said 1 tin, and it definitely needs about 1.5. So I will obviously have 1.5 on the ingredients list, but I'm just gonna go in and add, I think, another half. I don't think it needs a whole one. We're gonna try a half and see how that pans out. I did this last time. I don't know how I didn't learn, but that will definitely be enough for it. Yeah, it looks a lot better already. Thank God I am wearing red right now because that just went all over me. Now we've got the tin tomatoes in there, we are going to go in and add in some Worcestershire sauce. This just reminds me of my dad because he always used to make me cheese on toast with Worcestershire sauce. It's very like nostalgic. Go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add in 1 vegetable stock pot. These are the same ones I use for the lasagna, and they are just like jelly. Oh, it came straight out that time. Look at that. So just give that a really thorough stir, make sure that the stock pot kind of melts into the mixture. Now what I'm going to do is actually move this onto one of the back hobs and just leave it to simmer on a low heat while we sort out the potatoes and make the mash, which is going to be the top layer. I'm also going to have a bit of a tidy up because it is a mess in here right now. So for this next section of the video, we are going to be doing the mash, which is of course the top layer of the cottage pie. So for this, you're going to need 900 grams of new potato. So I'm going to give these a peel, halve them, and then boil them off. Excuse me if I skip this next bit. I don't think anybody wants to sit there and watch me peel all of these potatoes. So those are all peeled. I'm just gonna halve them so they boil a bit quicker, and then I'm gonna chuck them, oh, I'm trying to run away. I'm gonna chuck them in a pre-boiling pan of water that I've just boiled. Good English, Holly, good words. Those are words, yes, congratulations. Please don't fall off the board. So I thought while these are just boiling away, I'd come over and show you what's going on behind the scenes. So obviously you've got the potatoes about to boil away, the mince we prepped earlier just kind of simmering. It is on a really low heat. I don't want it to heat too much because I don't want it to dry out at all. So just quickly as well, while those are boiling away, I am going to whack my oven onto preheat just to 180 degrees. So my potatoes are done now. They're really soft. I did just like glide a knife through them and it went in really easily, so I know they're going to be easy to mash. So I'm just going to strain them out and then mash them up in this big mixing bowl here. Pop them in there. So in order to make the mash for the topping, we're going to be adding 100 mils of milk and 100 grams of the Ealing cheese, which I've pushed out into here, but I am going to keep some back just to kind of like put over the top so it crisps up a bit in the oven. And then obviously salt and pepper, and I'm going to be using some of the really garlicky salt from the Cornish company, the one that I mentioned about earlier, because I love a garlicky mash, so let's prep that. 100 mils of milk. This eat cheese is literally just gonna melt in and make the mash so creamy and cheesy. Also, very annoying thing, I don't have a masher. So it's gonna be a fork, Joey. Right. Let's get some seasoning in there as well. So I am just gonna add a bit of normal salt and then a little bit of the garlic salt. I don't want it to be too garlicky, because you obviously did have garlic in the base of the cottage pie anyway. Right, hair is out the way, fork in hand. Would preferably have a masher, but we move, what can you do about it? Oh, this is literally like armed it in itself. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, that got ugly there for a second. Like, trying to mash 900 grams of potato with this puny little fork when you have armed arms, like, I had to put my hair up, I had to take my top off, I was just going at the mashed potato in my bra. Like, there's apartments over there and they can definitely see into these windows, and they probably just thought, wow, that girl is having a breakdown. So the oven is completely preheated. We've got our lovely dish. This is the same one that I use for my lasagna. So what we're gonna do, really simple, is just pop that base mixture with the turkey mince all in the bottom and just flatten that out so it completely covers it. Smells so good. Now we've got that base layer ready to go, we are just gonna grab our mash and just pop that on top. It's just easier to kind of go in and like dollop it all on and then spread it out. Do you know what, this fork and me are just falling out. I'm not. It's time to bring in the big leads. We're gonna use the spoon. I'm gonna have to give you guys a close-up look at this as well. This looks so tasty. So now that is all prepped, we're just gonna sprinkle some of the eat cheese on top that we had left over. I'm hoping this will just give it like a nice crispy cheesy top. Right, I'm just gonna bring you in for a close-up, then we're gonna pop it in the oven and cook it for 20 minutes. Look at that. Good layering there of mash and then mince mixture. I forgot what it was then. So I did actually end up whacking the grill on for an extra like couple of minutes afterwards because I want the cheese to go really crispy on the top. This looks so good. Guys, I'm gonna have the same problem I had last time where I have to wait for it to cool down before I eat it, but oh. Maybe if I slice myself a piece, it will like cool down, won't it? Yeah. Again, with like the portion sizes, like this is my main thing with doing these cook-alongs. Like I never wanna make a low calorie meal and then it not even like hit the sides for you guys. Like it needs to be filling. I feel like, again, this is 6 portions. This is gonna be filling. Obviously, what I would advise with like cottage pie and kind of like any meal, like with the lasagna as well, bulk it out with a bit more veg, have some broccoli and peas on the side, pour some gravy on the top. You're winning. While I'm waiting for this to cool, I'm gonna actually calculate the calories because I have a rough idea, but I did add in like some milk and little bits like that. So I'm just gonna get the final total for you guys so I can tell you the macros and calories before I dive in. Guys, the numbers are in. It is 334 calories per serving and it serves 6. It has 3 grams of fat in, so very low fat. It has 43 grams of protein in per serving. That is what I'd call a pretty good cottage pie, if you ask me. And 34 grams of carbs. So I'm so happy with that. Like, I'm so chuffed. I get so excited over this. Like, this is so good. And like, I just love that, like, this is just going to be so easy for you to fit into your diet. Like, it's going to be so tasty. I just know it already. I'm actually going to have a bit now. I don't know why I'm beating around the bush. Let's try it. Oh my God, that layer of cheese on the top. You have to like slice through. So obviously the ultimate test is the taste test. This looks like it's piping hot still. Okay. Oh my god, I can't stop smiling. That's so nice. Oh. That is November in a bowl. This is all you need to eat all through November. Wow. I'm so happy with that. I can't believe it. Oh, right. I am going to enjoy the rest of this off camera. Thank you so much for watching. If you cooked along, please send me a million pictures on Instagram. I'm absolutely obsessed with seeing everyone cook everything. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope your family enjoyed it. If you cook it for your family, I know some of you do that. And I hope you liked the video. Like I said earlier, please give it a like and a subscribe if you have. And I can't wait for the next one. I need to get thinking what I'm going to do now.